Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here. Sorry getting this in so late, but yeah, more spoilers, of course, from the decks, the actual Commander decks that are going to be part of this Commander product launch thing. So it's Commander Masters and then the Commander Masters decks, which I guess are not anthologies because I think they're not reprints of existing decks or something. They just like rebuilt decks with, I guess, all reprints. Kinda odd, but let's just finish up the couple that were left over. We got Body Double. Oh, you know me and cloning, I'm a big fan. Especially for 39 cents, I'm a big fan, and that's what this is coming in at. I mostly threw it in because it's cool. It's an uncommon, but so is Fact or Fiction, but my gosh, is that a famous card. Another 39-cent famous card, but hey. And then we've got Stitcher Geralf. That's a 99-cent former Mythic, but not really because it was in a Commander set where rarity means nothing, because the new commons are one of, and the new Mythics are one of, and everything in between. That's kind of how Singleton works. Next up, who didn't see this coming? It's Training Center from Commander Legends. This is literally just a reserve list reprint, but guys, it's inferior because you have to have 2 or more opponents. I think this was a clever workaround, but it was also very, very greedy and very skating the line. But you know what? People are going to proxy these anyway, so who cares? I'm not dropping 5 bills on a dual land for my stupid Commander deck, okay? To make it 0.1% better. People who do that have a mental problem. You know what I could get for $500? The Steam Summer Sale, the whole thing, like the entirety of it. So anyway, this totally not reserved list card and totally not dual land is $15. Oh, except it was. The reprint is 11, and yeah, it would be nice to see these sub 10. That's for darn sure. So they're all about that. I mean, Undergrowth Stadium is the next one. It's $10. They're all floating in around that, depending upon the popularity, the color combinations. So I'm not going to go through all of them. But so far, 5 of them are here. Now, I don't know if those are for sure in the boosters. They might just be one-ofs in the decks. I'd have to go read one of their articles or watch one of their videos to find out the truth about that, and I think we all know that's not going to happen. So jumping into one of the first decks, we've got Enduring Enchantments, and the very first one in here is not a reprint, apparently. It's Battle at the Hell Vault, and they already want $20 for it. Shocking, I know. So it's a 6-cost white saga, and Chapter 1 and 2 are for each player. Exile up to 1 target non-saga, non-land permanent that player controls until battle at the Hell Vault leaves the battlefield. And then create an Avacyn, or a legendary 8/8 Avacyn Angel creature token with Flying Vigilance and Indestructible. And then this leaves play. I can't believe they actually think that this is worth $20. 2 maybe. Then we've got Boon of the Spirit Realm, which is a $5 rare enchantment, brand new apparently, with Constellation. Whenever it or another enchantment enters battlefield under your control, put a blessing counter on it. And then all creatures get +1/+1 for each blessing counter on it, which is absolutely insane. And yet it only comes in at $5. Next up we got Cacophony Unleashed, another brand new card. It's a 7-cost black enchantment, and it says when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, destroy all non-enchantment creatures, whoa, and whenever Cacophony Unleashed or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control until end of turn, it becomes a legendary 6/6 Nightmare God creature with Menace and Death Touch. It's still an enchantment. Then why not make it an enchantment creature? He wouldn't even affect himself. That doesn't actually make any sense. I don't know, whatever, maybe creature ETB, I don't know. What I don't get is it doesn't say until end of turn. I think they might have made an error there, because it's whenever it or another enchantment enters battlefield, this becomes a creature, and then never stops. Boy, what a poorly designed, poorly edited, poorly tested card. And since nobody knows what the hell it does, it's $5, but coming in at $15, we've got another brand new card, Composer of Spring. A 2-cost green Satyr Bard 1/3 and Constellation, so you know, ETB itself or enchantment. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped if you control 6 or more. Instead, you may put a creature or land card from your hand on the battlefield tapped. Now we're talking. This is stupidly powerful. Next up in the same deck, we've got Demon of Fate's Design, a $10 card in their best estimation, which so far hasn't been very good. 6-cost 6/6 Flying Trample Demon, those are always fun. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an enchantment spell by paying life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Nice. And if you pay 3, sack another enchantment, and then it deals it gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is a sacrificed enchantment's mana value. Hello. So to sack everything and hit him in the air with trample? My gosh, you better protect this guy. Yeah, they got him in for $10. That's probably about right. And then coming into $5, we've got Ghoulish Impetus. It's an aura enchant creature. It gets +1/+1 as Death Touch and is goaded. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, return Ghoulish Impetus to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. And when you do return an aura to the battlefield, if possible, you attach it to your choice of valid target. So goaded means it has to attack. So if you put it on theirs, cool, but you gave it Death Touch and +1/+1. If you put it on yours, well, hope you don't mind losing it. But in like a zombie death deck, it'd be fine. In an all enchantment deck, it's a little questionable, but hey. Next up, we've got the front commander card, I assume, because it's in foil only. Coming in at $10, ouch. Narcy Fable Singer, 3-cost white, green, black. 2 of those things make sense in an enchantment deck. But I mean, it's eternal. Throw in a stab wound or something. But yeah, 3/3 legendary creature, human bard with lifelink, and whenever you sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card. And then whenever the final chapter of a saga you control resolves, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is that saga's mana value. Oh, not like an immediate threat and game-ending thing, but very, very nice utility card for the front of this deck, that's for sure. Next up, another $5 card, they think, Nyxborn Behemoth. It's a 12-cost 10/10 enchantment creature beast, and it costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature enchantments you control. Trample, and then if you pay 2, sack another enchantment, and it gains indestructible. That do be a big boy. Next up, on to Spirit Dancer. It's a 5-cost white core cleric 3/3. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a token that's a copy of it. Do this only once each turn. Oh, what? And it's May, so like an automatic trigger that brings out a stupid 1/1, you know, there you go. But wow, yeah, any kind of auto cloner, any kind of token dumper. It would have to be an enchantment token, but they don't put any restriction on it. Wow, that is powerful. They're asking $8 for it, and that kind of actually seems like a deal. So that is Enduring Enchantments. Let's look at Planeswalker Party. First up, there's Chandra, Legacy of Fire, or I don't know, it's kind of blocking it. It might actually say Legacy of Running Out of Ways to title Chandra. They're asking 10 for this on pre-order. Let's see if it's worth it. It's a 5-cost red 3 loyalty, so I already know. But at the beginning of your end step, she deals X damage to your opponent, where X is the or to each opponent. Thought that was worded funny. Where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. Yeah, Super Friends Incarnate. This is going to be absolute AIDS. So +1, add 1 red mana for each planeswalker you control. My gosh. And then 0, remove a loyalty counter from each of any number of permanents you control. Gee, I wonder what kind of permanents. Exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may play them this turn, but only this turn, and you're doing it blind. And you're removing loyalty from a Super Friends deck. That's just stupid. Next up, hope you're hungry for some breakfast foods, because it's Gatewatch Bacon. 3-cost white artifact, and it enters battlefield with 3 loyalty counters on it. Oh, wow, I just made that joke, and they've already made it retroactively not funny. Anyway, you can tap it for 1 white, and whenever Planeswalker enters the battlefield under your control, if Gatewatch Bacon has loyalty counters on it, you may move a loyalty counter from the Bacon to the Planeswalker. You know, they could have named it Toxic Deck Battery. Next up, we got Guff Rewrites History. I already love this. $15 card, apparently, and it's a 3-cost red. They're saying that you can get it in extended art, which suggests that it would be in the packs, so maybe all of these will be. It would be nice if they were. Kind of undercuts the deck, but at these prices, I mean, how much could the decks really be? Though I ask that, fearing what the answer is. So anyway, 3 red instant, and for each player, choose target non-enchantment, non-land permanent that player controls. Those permanents' owners shuffle them into their libraries. Each player who controlled one of those permanents exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card, then puts the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. Each player may cast the non-land card they exile without paying its mana cost. That is just going to blow up in your face. But it's fun chaos, so you know if you're into that. Next up, it's Jaya's Phoenix, because, of course, the Super Friends deck isn't actually Super Friends. They want $10 for this. Let's find out if it merits it. Once again, 5-cost 3/3, creature Phoenix Flying Haste, okay. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, copy the next loyalty ability you activate this turn when you activate it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That is actually pretty spicy. Usually the creatures will protect the planeswalkers, though, so I'm not sure if this is the best idea, but hey. Whenever you cast a Planeswalker spell, you may return Jaya's Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. Hello, that's a pretty good bodyguard. Next up, Leori's Spark-Touched Hunter. Somehow they only have the variant of it listed, so I assume this is like not $20, but that version is, so this is maybe, I don't know, something like, who knows. This is probably the front card now that I think about it, but yeah, red, white, and blue, Merca, 3/3 legendary creature, elemental cat, already love it, and flying, vigilance. Oh, it's one of those, like, I'll rip your head off cats, like a cougar, not like a cool meow meow I love you cat. And for those reasons, I'm out. But I'll read it anyway. So, a flying vigilance, and when it deals combat damage to a player, choose a planeswalker type until end of turn. Whenever you activate an ability of a planeswalker of that type, so, you know, oops, all Jace or something, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copies. This could be the single most broken deck ever if you throw like $1,000 worth of planeswalkers into it. I say that highly suspecting that they did not. Like, for example, the next card is Onaki Oathkeeper. Well, it's a $5 big chonky chongus, but yeah, 0/4 for 2. Now that is a Super Friends blocker. There you go. Creatures can't attack planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays 1 for each creature they control that's attacking a planeswalker you control. Completely redundant phrasing, but sure. And it's just Archangel of Ties with like less mana and more steps, I guess. I don't know. But if you pay 6, exile this card from your graveyard, return target planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Holy crap, that's powerful. Next up, we got Spark Shaper Visionary. It's a $4 card, allegedly. Oh boy, gonna be good. 3 cost blue, 0/5, creature, human, wizard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose any number of target planeswalkers you control. Until end of turn, they become 3/3 bluebird creatures with flying, hexproof, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, scry 1. Okay. And the reminder text is they're no longer planeswalkers, loyalty abilities can still be activated. Next up, we've got the other Tater Tots, Teo Geometric Tactician. He do be liking them shapes. So, $3 card. Didn't see that coming. Legendary Planeswalker Tater Tots. I can the reading. I don't have the dumb. When Tater Tots here enters the battlefield, create a 0/4 white wall creature token with Defender and flying. Nice. +1, you and target opponent each draw a card. Okay, well, don't do that. -2, choose left or right. Until next turn, each player may attack only the nearest opponent in the last chosen direction, and Planeswalker is controlled by that opponent. But not you. But he comes out with 3. I don't know if this is good or bad, but it is definitely insane. Next up, $10 for Vronos, Masked Inquisitor, aka all of the Marvel superheroes put together. I mean, seriously, look at it. So, I don't think I've ever heard of him. I think he's a brand new Planeswalker, which, that's wild. So, are we going to see more of him? Probably. Is he secretly a woman or thinks he is? Almost definitely. So it's a 5 cost blue, 5 loyalty, legendary planeswalker Vronos, and +1 up to 2 other target planeswalkers you control phase out at the beginning of the next end step. Nice. And then -2 for each opponent, return up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls to its owner's hand. Nice. For 2, that's like actually pretty good. -7, target artifact you control becomes a 9/9 construct artifact creature and gains vigilance indestructible, and this creature can't be blocked. So he's like a super artificer or rogue mechanic if you're into 3.5. I hope he took insightful shot. And the last deck we can look at today is Sliver Swarm, for if you just really want to nail home to your friends the fact that you are the worst person that they know. So I just got curious and looked this up. It's saying $124.99 for this, but also out of stock. So, like, I don't even know what to make of that. And since I didn't know what to make of that, I went to eBay. Now, remember, these are shipping on August 4th. $138 is the cheapest you can get it, and there are sales. There's only 8 of them posted, but, yeah. I guess I gotta do the rest. Planeswalker Party coming in at $85. Somebody seems to have packaged all 3 of them for $324.90. Weirdly specific amount, but the first one, Enduring Enchantments, is $69.69 plus shipping. Nice. Now, these are going to fall. I think these were just announced, like, today, so, like, can we not? But still, like, this person right here had one posted for over 100, and they already sold one. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen to these prices? What I have been saying for the entire 10 plus years I've been on YouTube, I don't need WotC to build my deck for me. So unless this saves money, and what it comes down to usually is they just push the power level. They're just like, well, look at this new thing that you can't live without. You might as well buy it and modify it because it's already got some of what you need, and then you get a bunch of crap you don't need, then you overpay for it. So it seems like a deal, except they're selling you the distance that they just moved the damn goalpost. On the power ramp scale. I know, and yeah, your playgroup kind of self-polices the power level and what you think is appropriate, but still, a lot of groups are kind of mad that people are going full power gamer on this stuff, just saying. And a lot of them aren't confrontational enough to be like, no, we're not going to let you do that. Get out of here and downgrade your deck that you just put 200 more bucks in. I have seen some very angry disputes about it and heard stories about multiple LGSs in my area that going on. And people stomping off in a huff and never talking to their friends again because they won't let them just auto-win the game on turn 2 with their broken overpowered combo. In a fun format that's supposed to be chaotic and enjoyable and not about winning. In my opinion, should have cut them off earlier. So first up in the Stupid Slivers deck, we got Capricious Sliver. I guess this isn't a reprint either. I don't know what the heck I was looking up earlier today, where every single one I thought had a reprint, unless I was just being that stupid. And, I was kind of rushing. It was on lunch break, but, yeah, it might have just said Commander Masters, and I'm like, oh, reprint. No, that's the name of this product, as. Holy crap. Well, anyway, it's a 4-cost red sliver. It does sliver things. Who would have thought? Sliver creatures you control have whenever this creature deals common damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. I wonder if it'll be another sliver. I bet it will be. Next up, Descendants Fury coming in at a very optimistic $10. I think all these prices are a little optimistic. $30 for the extended art. Oh my. 4 mana and red for this, and enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal common damage to a player, you may sacrifice one of them. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with that shares a creature type with the sacrifice creature, like for example Sliver, and put that card onto the battlefield. The rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, so you could hit like Sliver Queen or something. Jeez. Next up, we've got For the Ancestors. It's a $20 card. Hello, instant, 3-cost green. Choose a creature type, so in other words, slivers. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of cards of the chosen type from among them. You've got to be kidding me. And put the revealed cards in your hand. Okay, not on the battlefield. Good. I thought we were going Turbo Coco. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order, then flashback 4. Yeah, let's be honest. People are going to sell this to put it in Elf Ball. But the Sliver players kind of want to keep it. Ooh, this could be a $100 card. They're going to be fighting over this thing. Oh, wait, it's in the rest of the packs. Here's the thing, okay. These might be in what they call, what is it? Not the auxiliary start or ancillary, or I don't remember. It starts with an A. This one obscure slot in the collector's boosters only. They've done stuff like that where, like, in the collector's booster, you can pull, like, the buy a box promo or the pre-release promo. Because, like, that's what can be in that slot, but it's a super narrow chance or something like that. And then maybe these are only an extended art and the regular are from the deck. I don't know. I kind of feel like they'd pull something like that. Next up, Hatchery Sliver. I can't wait to see the commander of this. 2-cost, 2/2, green, replicate 2, which is whenever you cast a spell, copy it for each time you paid its replicate cost. Pretty much just multi-kicker, but without targets. And each Sliver spell you cast has replicate. Like, if you want to get stabbed by your lifelong friend that you grew up with since before you can remember, run this deck. Just bring this deck and play it. Slivers, Merfolk, Mill, and Elf Ball. Those are 4 things that'll get you stabbed. Next up, Lazotep Sliver, because of course they had one in Amonkhet. Why wouldn't they? Oh my god. So it's a 4-cost 4/4 zombie sliver that never existed. Sliver creatures you control have Afflict 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, whenever a creature with Afflict 2 becomes blocked, the defending player loses 2 life, also known as partial Mega Trample. And whenever a non-token sliver you control dies, amass slivers too. Fantastic. Next up, Regal Sliver coming in at 15. I'm not surprised. 4-cost white 3/3. Sliver creatures you control have when this sliver enters the battlefield. Slivers you control get +1/+1 until end of turn if you're the monarch. Otherwise, you become the monarch. Because why not? Next up, what the hell? The leader of a Slivers deck is not a Sliver. It's a biologist 5-color human wizard. You know what? They jumped the shark so damn hard with this. They don't even know what to price her at. The extended art version from the other packs is $40. And let's just read what this atrocity does. As Rucaramel Biologist, PhD, come on, Watsy, enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. I wonder if it'll be slivers. What do you think? Is that what they might choose? And then also, literally it says that slivers you control and non-token creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to their other creature types. Oh, so you would not choose sliver. So now they get to be slivers and changelings. Okay, I think if you chose that as a type, the type doesn't imply the effect. The effect actually has to be written on the card, but that actually would be like just an absolute atrocity. The same is true for creature spells that you control and creature cards that you own that aren't on the battlefield. And then if you pay 3 and tap her, create a 1/1 colorless sliver creature token. I don't get why you would want to make slivers something else. Like, are you going to do slivers plus elf ball? And then how would you turn the elves into slivers? I just play more slivers. I don't really get it. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe they just want you to be like, oh, I can do slivers and dragons. Wow. I don't think there's a tribal in the game more powerful than slivers. Okay? So I don't get where they got the price for this card. I think people are just going to swap this out with like Kenrith or something and run a freaking Kenrith sliver deck and just rename it from like, what is it called? Sliver Swarm to like Kenrith's Cancer Fiesta, or Kenrith just lost some friends. Or just run Sliver Queen and buy the rest of the deck. You're not going to find people to play with. If you buy this in paper, nobody on this planet is going to play with you. Just fair warning. So next up we got Taunting Sliver. That's right, we're not done slivering. It's a 4-cost blue 3/3, and sliver creatures you control have, when this creature enters the battlefield, goad target creature and opponent controls, which, you know, it's one of those that you just take out and replace with something better. There are so damn many slivers already. You could build the most ultimate tribal power deck, and if it's multiplayer, you're just going to have a target on your back. I'm done looking up prices for this nonsense. It's too much and don't buy it are the two. So, Titan of Litjara is also here. He's an illusion, which means he's probably actually a sliver, but let's see. So it's a 6-cost blue 6/6. As he enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, and Titan of Litjara is the chosen type in addition to its other types. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may draw a card for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. If you do, discard a card. Told you it was a sliver. So draw your entire deck with your fake sliver and then go cast more slivers. Great. Well, that's it for this absolute atrocity. Can't believe we had to leave on that bad of a note. Don't buy these. Don't support the power creep and don't support WotC. They probably hate you for one reason or another. And they burned the game down and drove away upwards of 8 million active players. So, oops. All while calling you racist. If you think that still deserves your money, then you're on the wrong channel. But stay tuned for more Magic news and me telling you the truth about WotC like I always have. Which, strangely, is getting more popular lately. Who would have thought? So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.